Hi, I'm Ellen Jaffe Jones, the author of Eat Vegan on $4 a Day. I am an Aerobics and Fitness Association of America certified personal trainer, as well as a Roadrunners Coach of America certified running coach, and I volunteer coach our high school cross-country girls team. So I have a lot of experience with working with people, not only my own 25-pound weight loss, but helping others achieve their optimal health. Sometimes that's losing weight, sometimes it's maintaining or gaining weight. But one of the most amazing things about working with people, trying to tweak not only their exercise program, but what they're eating as well, is what it does for your body. And I want to talk about two of those things today. One of them is hair. Yes, everybody always comments about my hair, how thick it is. Now at the age of 59, which I just turned a couple of days ago, women my age, a lot of them are losing hair. But everyone who cuts my hair, and it has to be cut fairly frequently because it grows very fast, they say, what are you eating? What are you doing differently? Because we just don't see people like you in our salon a lot. So it's interesting that my hair, which, okay, I'll grant that perhaps there's some genetic stuff going on there, but for the most part, it's about the condition of the hair, the healthiness, and as we know, you are what you eat. And this is being studied in a really important way. One of the very few studies that I can participate in is called the Sister Study, and it's about breast cancer. And the reason I say it's one of the few studies is because most of the studies out there, which sadly are funded by the pharmaceutical companies, you have to have already been diagnosed with cancer or some other disease. The Sister Study is actually being funded in part by our government, so in theory they don't have a vested interest in the outcome, if you know what I mean. So in this study, it was one of the most extensive questionnaires and procedures I have ever been through. I mean, they wanted samples of everything, right down to my fingernails and toenails. And it was pretty wild about the kinds of questions that they asked. And some of it was food related. They even wanted to know what I had to eat for breakfast as a kid. So I'm hopeful that studies like this really will get to the bottom of how a plant-based diet in particular affects our health. I have tried pretty much every diet that's out there because really, as we all do, this was what's in it for me. How do I avoid our incredible family history of cancer? So that included for breast cancer, my mom, aunt, and both sisters. So the hair, obviously, is the one thing that is pretty amazing, the difference that you see as you toggle back and forth between different diets over the course of your life. The other thing I want to talk about is the incredible healing properties of a plant-based diet. And again, the research needs to be done in this area, but in addition to my hair, it would be the healing properties of what plants do for your body. And I experienced this firsthand about a week ago. I had a terrible accident while I was running a 5K race. Now I'm not going to zoom in and show you the bloody, gory details, but that's what's left of what was a pretty bloody mess about a week ago when I tripped over, for the first time in running 30 years, I tripped over a speed bump that I didn't see. It wasn't marked, she said with many excuses. But seriously, I didn't see it and just went sprawling. I was running really fast. I would have come in first in my age group. But when I got up, and it took a while for me to get up, I was really a hemorrhaging bloody mess. And they called EMS because I looked that bad. But once I got up, the endorphins from running kicked in, and I kept going. And I actually placed second in my age group. And the EMS crew then, looked at me afterwards, and they kept like probing and poking around, and to everybody's amazement, nothing was broken. How cool is that? With the kind of injuries, the kind of superficial skin wounds that I had, somebody my age, the age of 59, should have broken bones. The other thing that was weird, because there was a physical therapist who was actually a friend, and she ran with me during this race, she said, "You're going to bruise. You're really going to be sore." No bruising. A little bit of swelling on my knee, but my elbow, which actually took the brunt of my fall, just scabbed up, and there was no bruising. So no bruising, no breaking, pretty cool stuff. And I've been feeling very good, like, oops, maybe I'm going to go running pretty soon, although she said I ought to wait 2 or 3 weeks. But the point is, a plant-based diet really can help with healing. It makes you feel good. It gives you all kinds of energy to do all these races and place in your age group. At least for me, it has really done wonders. And I'm not a doctor. I'm not a registered dietitian, but I have managed to overcome some incredible genetic odds. So look at the research out there, ask the question, who funds the research? Who's got a vested interest in the research? And then be your own investigative reporter and figure out what works for you and see how different you might feel. I'm Jaffe Jones, the author of Eat Vegan on $4 a Day. You can find me on Facebook at Eat Vegan on $4 a Day or on my website, which is www.vegcoach.com, because I am the Veg Coach. In good health with low costs.